Here we go, baby. Friday stream. Let's do this. Woo, 14 games. We got, most of the lineups out. Still looking for 5 more, which is not really optimal on a Friday, but whatever. What are we going to do? Jake, any major changes for tonight? You're on mute.
I got a bed, as you can see.
There you go.
But other than that, yeah, I ended up with some exposure where I didn't want exposure for pitchers. And other than that, I'm on the same bats. So I'm pretty much ready to go, just waiting for these lineups to go in. And it's nice to have the majority of my crunching done before the show. So we're all your guys'.
I am the worst at updating that damn tweet. I've got yesterday's date in there now. I think I did that this morning, too.
It's all right. It's been a long week. I know it's tough to deal with me, so don't be too hard on yourself.
Try this again. Fix the tweet. I think I do this like once a week where I have to send out an amended tweet to be like, I'm still a moron.
Live right now. Yeah, there we go. Who we got in chat here? We got some people rolling in. Sean V, you're back. Where were you yesterday? I wanted to hear your Victor Reyes explanation from 2 days ago. just joking with you, Sean V. I did remember that though. You were on Victor Reyes.
I'm on Team Sean V from now on.
Oh, I'm not saying Sean V's not a good player, but he was touting his wins pretty hard, and so just wanted to check him a little bit.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I would have done the same thing to you, so.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah, there you go. He's taking it. He's taking the L well, as we try to do, because we take a lot of them throughout the season.
Jesus, I take so many on a day-to-day basis.
And by season, I meant like this week. Yeah, so.
All I do is take L's.
Right?
I just sprinkle in a couple W's from time to time. That's all that matters, really.
Hope the W outweighs the L, right?
That's the plan, at least. Let me just get our rankings pasted in here. I have one last paste, and then we can talk about where I stand and where you stand.
What's the new dark blue?
So dark blue was a guy that was in my chats when I was solo.
Okay.
And he just had like really, really irrational plays. And he would come in and be like, Ursan Ilyasova is going to drop 50 tonight. And the first time he did it, like, Ursan Ilyasova dropped like 50 that night. And everybody was like, what the fuck? He petered out and then just eventually never showed up again. He emailed me about having some like really good system that I should do, which was basically like using Swish Analytics or some other site to just look something up.
This guy sounds amazing. We could use him.
It was great. He would just type like in all caps, like Ursan Ilyasova is the one that I always think of, but it'd be like Ursan Ilyasova, 45 points, all caps, and then he would just drop those in the chat for the entire time.
Well, dead clocks right twice a day is what they say. So.
Yeah. So I'm still all over the Giants. 8% aggregate above the field. They're my number one stack still on both sites. I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of lineups in. So we got
all right.
Yeah. Fantasy Cruncher said we got Houston and LA. Is that right?
I see San Diego.
Yeah, I see San Diego. I don't know. Did they have Houston and LA?
Not yet. Jalen Weeks, will he get 30 FanDuel points at his price? I sincerely doubt it.
What would that be? I'm not good with the FanDuel scoring.
I have him projected for 19.9, if that helps.
Okay.
30 is what I have Derek Rodriguez projected for.
Yeah, I actually have some Beaks. Just because I was starting to crunch like 45 minutes ago or so, and I was going through it, and I couldn't get the exposure to the top pitchers that I wanted. I couldn't get the bats I wanted in, and I had him unchecked. So, it's like under 10% of Beaks for me, but enough where I don't feel great about targeting the Red Sox. I never do, but just kind of it's really important for me to pay up for bats today, as I'm sure it is for most people. There's not a real stud SP1. I mean, I think Fult's probably the closest thing we have to that, but yeah, I do have some beak, so I'm hoping he gets double digits. Big T's in the building.
Lucky
What's up,
everyone.
Big T came very nicely.
Where are you at on Fulte right now? I assume you're over the field at 8% right now.
Yeah. I'm four or five times that.
There you go.
Yeah, so he's the guy I'm taking the stand on. My model didn't like Clevenger really at all. It's probably because of the, he's just got big strikeout splits righty lefty, and that's fine. I mean, he's not bad against lefties or anything, but my model takes that into account and puts a lot of weight in that. So all of a sudden, when you see a handful of lefties in here, it's going to bump him down a little bit. And he's 10-6, and my model really likes Fulte. So it's kind of a combination of things that got me off of Clevenger.
Yeah, we're opposite there, as we knew. I'm more Clevenger than Fulte. I don't really have a problem one way or the other, but Clevenger just grading out really, really well for me. They have the same grade on our rankings. Or no, they don't. Fulte actually a better grade now. They were the same previously. Fulte, slightly better value grade.
I like it.
So where are you at on Rich Hill? 45% expected ownership right now is very heavy.
Yeah.
I can't figure out where I think you'll be for that.
I can't imagine him being 45%. I mean, maybe in like the high stakes stuff. But I mean, is he clearly that much of a better play than Fulte or Clevenger?
If I took my ownership caps off for today, I'd blow that 45 out of the water.
Oh, well, yeah, your model loves Rich Hill, so
yeah,
that's fine.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing on days when everyone likes Rich Hill?
I don't know. I mean, I think he gets somewhat overplayed for just how good he is. He has looked good lately. There's no doubt about that. So, I mean, if I'm on Rich Hill, like, I was the biggest Rich Hill hater. We've been doing this show for four or 5 months.
Yeah.
So I'm on him. He's just started to look much better, and the swinging strikes have gone up. He strikes out righties at a really impressive rate. I think over 27%. Yeah, the blister thing, I mean, that worried me when he was coming back from all that nonsense, but maybe he's got it figured out. So
I think it's hard to care about that on a start-to-start basis if you don't know anything.
Right. Yeah. T McB got power in here. Yeah. Dude, it's getting a new house sucks. I mean, it's great, but it's
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Like, I was underestimating, but that's all right. I got my trusty Mick Ultra here.
Oh my God.
Getting me through the day. This is what I bought my parents for when they helped me moved in. So that's what they drink, and they didn't drink at all. So that's what Jake drinks now, I guess.
You planning on having 75 of those today?
Yeah, maybe get a buzz.
I've been there. So yeah, big time over the field on the Giants. Over the field quite a bit on the Indians. I'm way over the field on the Rangers, just on DK. I oddly don't have them on FanDuel. There's the Dodgers lineup.
There we go. Exactly as expected, right? Or
I don't know. I never remember.
No Bellinger in there. That's an upgrade for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. They put out all righties against Richard.
As they should.
Yeah. Bellinger was in the projected lineup, though, right?
He was.
I wasn't. Okay.
He was.
So, good. I'm glad. Sharp move by the Dodgers. Speaking of sharp moves, I just, like, as I was talking about I just recorded the night shift a little while ago, and the Rockies are smart for getting guys with good arsenals that work well in Coors. I don't think they had done that for the longest time. And, like, there's a reason that Anderson and Marquez and John Gray do well in Coors. So, not really, just like a off-topic thing, but I kind of went on a little bit of a rant in support of the Colorado organization for that. So,
okay, I might go listen.
I just thought of that as I was scrolling through. Huh?
I might go listen to this before it gets published.
It's not that interesting. It was like 45 seconds. It felt like way too long. But sometimes I ramble, you know.
I know the feeling, man. This that night shift on Sunday night is like the hardest thing I do for the entire week.
Dude, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard. Like, this is the job. Like, this is like the easiest thing ever.
Yeah.
You get to sit here and talk about sports and sometimes win money. So it's not hard, but it's like the hardest thing I do. It's hard to talk for 25 minutes straight with no one around. Like yesterday on the live stream, it's hard to talk for an hour straight, even with Alex there for 15 minutes, giving some comedic relief.
Yeah, I took my lumps doing that for a couple months in basketball, so now I feel like it's normal. Takes a little bit to get used to talking to yourself.
For sure.
I generally talk to myself anyway, so it was a pretty smooth transition. Okay, let's talk. What should we touch on that is interesting? Because I feel like pitching's just sort of very obvious today, as weird as that sounds. Like, I'm not with you on Fulte in the same sort of volume, but there's basically like 7 guys that are relatively I'm so chalky on pitching today, and I don't really know where to get different. Like, how much Godly do you have tonight?
20% about. 20%. I think the last time I checked.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little higher on that. I have 30.
Yeah.
But like, I'm right with the field on Geo. I feel like the difference is the bats tonight. I mean, somebody's going to pop at pitcher that we don't expect. Like, Arrieta is going to have a good game or something. But there's not much out there that seems like it's going to be a landmine.
Right. Like, can you see a guy going and getting, so like besides the 10K guys or 9,800 and up, could you see anyone besides maybe Godly, like where you're going to need to have this pitcher, they get 25 or 30 and no one else does it? Like, I think there's going to be a bunch of guys around 20, but it's just not a lot of high upside spots for really anyone outside of the top few guys that aren't really aces to start with.
Yeah, no, we're on the exact same page there. One thing we should talk about right now, because it's coming up a little bit in chat. Are you still on Alex Cobb?
Yeah. So he's one of the guys I have down there. Like, God, I want to believe he's different. I don't think he's that much different of a pitcher. And I actually saw something in the Slack that was, I can't remember who it was, but they're talking about his like ex-Woba and stuff. And like, not like, he's been pretty lucky with the BABIP and all that nonsense. It's not nonsense, but like all the batted ball data has been pretty lucky. And it's kind of lined up with him having good results. So it's a little concerning. He is missing more bats. But man, like playing Alex Cobb against the Yankees is one where I'm not excited to do it, but the slate and the stacks that I want to fit in calls for it.
Okay. Angels lineup is out. So for Cobb, we're projecting 13% ownership on DK. I have 1%.
Again, I don't think Cobb's gonna like ruin the slate.
No.
I'm looking for 15 out of him, and we're both in fine spots if he does that.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I get it. I'm on Erasmo Ramirez and not Cobb. Not like I'm particularly fond of either of those two guys. They're just they're a means to an end.
You just need your pitchers, your SP2, especially if you're paying down, really to survive tonight.
Yeah. If
one of these expensive stacks go off, and I mean, it's very good chance that either whether it's Coors or, I mean, I love the Nationals, the Braves, the Dodgers, like one of these teams, Indians, is going to go nuts, and I think you're going to really need some expensive bats to compete in GPPs. So you're looking for double digits, or just don't get blown up at 5 or 6K.
Do we like Manaea or Musgrove? I don't.
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Man, I think I would go Musgrove.
Do you like either of them?
I don't like either of them, but if I had to choose,
I don't have them really.
It would be Musgrove.
I have 1% of both, and that's what we're projecting. So,
let's see.
I don't. Random lines.
I want to get more Musgrove. Actually, there is some sneaky strikeout upside in that Brewers lineup, so that's where I would go there.
Ochi Blue getting on the drugs early. I like Cobb better than Godly. Yeah, that's a take.
I mean, they're in completely different pricing tiers. So, I mean, whatever. You can like them better as a value, sure, if you want to make that argument. But Godley's 100 times a better pitcher, and he's more expensive. So I don't think many people are going to be choosing between those two.
No, not at all. Not at all. That'd be a very weird, like, either or. I wouldn't really know how to hash that out.
Yeah.
Brett Wojo still on Fulmer. Now, I ended that Fulmer love as soon as we started talking about him and realized he was going to be at a 70 pitch count. I still have a little bit of him. He's projected for 11% ownership. I like taking a flyer on him even at that pitch count because of the matchup. No team strikes out quite like the White Sox. So I'm willing to at least have him a little bit. But if it wasn't for that pitch count, I probably would have had like 30% Fulmer.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would be pretty chalky if he was going to be a full go, but 70 pitches is what we were hearing earlier, right? So
yeah,
I don't think you can do it on a slate this big where if he has a 30 pitch first, now you're looking at you're really in trouble for 7,700. So
yeah, agreed.
I'm right there with you. I X'd him out. I didn't feel too bad about it.
I have a little bit of Orioles bats on DK, not really on FanDuel. Somebody mentioned, or somebody asked, why aren't we talking about Baltimore bats? They're not really owned today, so I have a couple lines of them. Nobody more than 9%. They're just sort of there for me. Nothing crazy.
Are you talking about Baltimore?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love attacking CC. He's just like a crafty veteran pitcher. I mean, he can miss bats at times, and Baltimore's not a good team. They don't really have any bats individually I want to target. You throw in that Yankees bullpen that's elite, and yeah, it's pretty easy write-off for me there.
I really hate that the Giants are so pivotal to me today, and their lineup coming out is like basically what I need to wait for.
They're going to throw out like Hunley leadoff or something. Or Duggar leadoff.
Astros lineup should be trickling out any minute now.
Yeah. Acuna versus Straley tonight. What do you think?
Find out. I'm at like 3% Acuna.
Yeah, I mean,
not much Acuna for me.
Really? Do you have Brave stacks? You have to have Braves, right?
Basically with the field. A couple lines, that's it. They're not popular.
I love the Braves. They are my second highest owned stack, I believe. After
holy shit,
maybe third. Let me see.
2% aggregate ownership, so it doesn't take much to get above them. So that's it. I like the pivot.
Nats, Dodgers, Braves, like very easily. Those are my top three. After that, it's Oakland, and then everyone else kind of smashed together. St. Louis, Cleveland, Arizona, Colorado. Yeah.
Okay. Braves.
Straley never gets
Braves. Okay.
Straley never gets rocked by the Braves. Huh? Okay, I mean, but he does get rocked by lefties. He's got the highest line drive percentage, one of the highest in all of the MLB against lefties. So he's getting squared up and going up against Freeman and Markakis at low ownership. Give me that all day.
I don't hate it. I've basically gone to the Rangers instead of the Braves in terms of ownership. Like they've got more for me, but they're in a similar like overall rating. And that's sort of the spot where like neither of those two teams are particularly owned. Braves at aggregate 2%, Rangers at 1%. So we each seem to have a low-owned flyer team.
Yeah. Speaking of low, how about like your favorite cheap stacks? Justin Lewis asks.
I mean, the Giants have to be my top answer, right?
Yeah, that's you for you.
It's also Alex on FanDuel.
Yeah.
In his top stacks article from today, shouted out the Giants, and I tend to agree.
Well, I mean, so what would be considered a cheap stack? Because if it's like good value, I just think the Dodgers are awesome values on DK.
Yeah, that's not going to be what people consider a cheap stack.
Dude, I think if I'm going to somewhere in that game, look at how cheap some of these Rangers are.
I mean,
Like,
I'd say the Tigers are probably a
oh,
good
White
cheap
Sox.
stack.
I like the White Sox. It's a good reminder. Um, yeah. Fulmer, if he doesn't have it, I mean, if for whatever reason his fastball command isn't there, Palka and Avisel Garcia and even Moncada, if he's able to hit a ball tonight, they can definitely rough him up, and then you get into that terrible Tigers bullpen.
Is Moncada even alive?
He is. He hit a homer the other day.
Had to happen eventually, right?
Right.
Tampa Bay stack? I forgot they played today. I have no Rays.
I have no Rays. That's the first time Shirley has eaten shit against the Braves his last meeting. So he has been. I mean, you just said, Sean V, that he doesn't get roughed up by the Braves, but he just did. I don't know.
Any Padres shares? No Padres for me.
Whoa, that's ultra contrarian. No, I don't have Padres stacks.
Yeah, no one is on the Padres.
I wouldn't even know who to target. Or I wouldn't be actively targeting anyone on their team against Hill.
No. Rich Hill. Or, I don't know why I said Rich Hill. Will Myers. That's about it. I don't know what it is about this game, or this day, but I don't have any interesting takes. I don't have. It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, I don't have like a pitcher that I think is going to be 5% at 6,500 type of thing.
Right.
The obvious plays are kind of the obvious plays as far as pitchers, and I mean, I guess I have strong takes on bats. I love the Nationals and the Braves, but I didn't think that was going to be too like off the wall. But I'll gladly be way overweight on the Nationals and the Braves tonight. I think they're both in awesome spots, especially Washington.
Yeah, love the Nats tonight. They are third for me overall right now. Third on both sides too.
I guess we can share the top prize, right?
That's fine with me. I don't mind splitting the mini max with you. Nats, Braves, and Gurriel for me. Zach Carpenter.
Yeah. Lourdes Gurriel?
Yeah. Anyone like Rendon? Absolutely.
I love Rendon. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we just talked about how much we like the Nats.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rendon's probably my favorite play of the bunch.
Rendon. 11 straight multi-hit games for Lourdes Gurriel.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt.
Yeah, I saw
crazy.
That's pretty nuts. I love the Philly stack. So that's another one that I ended up on that I didn't really want to, is Barucki. So he got roughed up in the Kansas City start, I think, but before that, he was just cruising. Not doing anything spectacular. I don't think he's that great of a pitcher, but can go decently deep. Like, he's had games recently with 105, 111, 103 pitches, and he's 5,900. So if he can avoid an early exit, which I think he's got a okay shot to do here, then like there's something to be said for anyone on this slate that can throw 100 pitches that's below 7K, and Barucki's one of them. So had to be, what's the opposite of picky? Had to be very like liberal with my pitchers that I was going to use today. Not a perfect.
No, I got you. So how much Barucki do you have?
I think 10%.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so these guys are.
Do you not have a lot of Phillies now?
I was never really on the full Phillies stack. I like Reese, I like Ramos and Santana, but so I have a bunch of mini stacks. I'm running 5-2-1s tonight.
Okay.
And I've got a bunch of Philadelphia mini stacks, but that is really about it.
I've got a ton of Phillies right now. Phillies are my number 2 stack of the night. I'm right with the chalk tonight. My Wade Miley love is still in attendance. 8% Wade Miley on DK. We're only projecting 1, so I like being over the field there.
That's another one.
I'm just being Miley.
Miley's, yeah, Miley's another one where I spread out my exposure too. Um, like he can strike out righties, he can strike out lefties. Just he's just kind of okay, and that's like I've said a bunch of times. I can't say like one of these guys is a great option, but at least he's favored wind blowing in, and going up against a team with a 4 run total, just over 4. So not the biggest Vegas guy, but I have to be liberal with who I'm using tonight to get in the bats I want.
Nah, that makes sense. Kong Lore and chat. Anyone like Chris Davis tonight? It's about that time for home run picks. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna get your third Chris Davis home run of the week?
So this would be 4 and 5 days for him, but
and 3 and 5 days for you with him.
Right? Yeah.
He grades out really well.
I know. I'm gonna switch it up.
Oh, now I want to take him.
You can take him. You can have
way.
him.
That's bad juju, man.
No, you can take him.
He's not gonna homer if I take him.
I've got a bunch of them, so it's not like I'd be upset.
He's not gonna take him. He's not gonna go yard if I take him. We both know this.
All right. These two are tied for my highest exposure. Actually, no, never mind. Juan Soto, he's my highest owned player tonight, despite the 5 for 30 slump.
Okay. Juan Soto, home run pick for Jake. I will go with... I'm going to stick with my quick hit for today. Give me Matt Olson.
Yeah, I like it. Ooh, Puig scratched.
Great. But I haven't recrunched yet, so now I don't really care. Give me that damn Giants lineup.
Yeah, so get Puig out of your lineups. Sharks on it too. Burning money on fire. Burning money, I mean. Haha, 5 for 30. Yeah. Huge slump for Soto. So if I get this, extra points for me, right? What's wrong with Musgrove? Nothing's wrong with Musgrove.
I mean, he's not a great DFS play today. If that's
I think
what we're talking about.
I think he's just a little bit overpriced. Like if I was hand building a lineup tonight, and I had 8,600 left over, I'd go to Godley. Like I wouldn't think twice about it. So that's what's wrong with Musgrove. It's just a slate thing. I don't like his price. His matchup's okay as far as strikeouts, but ton of power in that Brewers lineup. I'm not really looking to mess with it at 8,600.
We're on the same page. I can't imagine going to Musgrove with Godley sitting right there.
Yeah.
All right, Juan Soto for Jake. My boy Matt Olson. I wanted to go with Joe Panic, but I can't really justify that in a home run.
Oh, God. If you would have got that one right, you could just end the season and you'd win.
Joe Panic, quick hit today.
Okay. I mean, he's not going to hit home. Well, if he hits a home run, you're going to play this back and probably open the show with this. But
yeah, I'm not picking him because I think he's going to hit dingers like Big Al. But 3,700 for a second baseman slotted to hit second with 1% ownership. I just like that from a value perspective.
So who came in for Puig?
Not out yet.
Oh, here we go. Bellinger.
Yeah, I was going to say Bellinger. Here we are, right back where we fucking started.
Yeah. Well, no, it was supposed to be... Wasn't it... Was Taylor in the projected lineup? Someone wasn't. Puig was in the projected lineup.
I don't know anymore.
So we got to wait for Fantasy Cruncher to upload this.
It's uploaded.
Shave your head if Panic hits a homer. I can't afford a haircut, and I don't have what's it called, the razor.
Man, I would think about shaving my head if Panic hit a home run, but 1, my wife would hate me, and 2, I look stupid as shit when my head is shaved. I used to shave it all the time in college when I would get drunk at parties.
It's hard enough to get like girls to talk to you. Shaved head, like
you gotta have the look for it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people naturally like Bruce Willis, naturally fine without any hair on his head.
Like I'm probably getting dumped if I shave my head. Like
yeah, my wife would be like, "You look stupid."
Pretty good chance.
I don't have the head for it. I got a pretty big dome. So. Giants, you're really, really making this difficult. I'm coming up on the 0 hour where I need to crunch one way or the other. And I know I can guarantee they're going to move like 3 dudes around and take 2 people out and make me want to just jump off my house.
Cano in the 2 spot. I mean, Godley does give up power, but I didn't end up there. So it's a huge slate. Like, couldn't you make a case for like 15 stacks tonight as being like top 5 stacks? It's that kind of night. Like,
yeah, I mean, if I'm getting the Giants and the Rangers near the top of my stuff, I could slot in like a couple other teams with very little tweaks. So, yeah, I think it's a very broad brush tonight.
Yeah, man. I just feel like I'm sounding like I'm on everyone, and I'm not, but it's sounding like that when I give all these takes.
Yeah, I mean, I have no Pirates, Angels, Marlins, Brewers, Mariners, Mets, Rays. One of those crazy teams is going to put up 7 runs tonight.
Yeah, so I'm stacking. I'm main stacking 8 teams with the majority of my exposure coming from Washington, LA, Atlanta, Oakland, in that order. They're all around 20%.
Wonder why Puig got scratched.
Who knows?
That was a good spot for him too, man.
Yeah, and no one was going to play him batting 8th.
Yeah. Now no one is really going to play Bellinger batting 8th. Cue the Cody Bellinger down.
I mean, I'm still going to have Bellinger just because I have so many Dodgers stacks.
Yeah.
So that's Drupal Cabrera, good play tonight. Josh, you want to answer that one?
Not to me.
I thought you liked this Drupal. You like the Phillies.
Yeah. I'm a moron. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I have 15% Asdrubal. Look, it's Friday. Chris has been gone a while. Jake and I have been talking over and over again for the past 4 days. Mentally, I'm fried. Yeah,
that's why I'm drinking a Mick
Asdrubal
Ultra.
Cabrera is perfectly fine. I'm a moron. Don't just ignore the first thing that I say every time.
Does this look like a broken man to you? Drinking a Mick Ultra, talking about fantasy sports on a Friday. So,
dude, I'm sitting here wearing a Kelly Kapowski shirt.
Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Got that reference. I just know that name.
Oh, God. So, like...
Dude.
She's, like, not anybody to you. She's not even Valerie Malone to you, is she?
No.
I can't remember anything else she did after that. She had that stupid racing show. I think she has a cooking show now. But, yeah, she's either Kelly Kapowski to me or Valerie Malone, depending on the day.
Okay.
Valerie Malone was the name of her character in 90210, just FYI.
Oh, got it.
I figured you would care.
She's like a soccer mom to Jake. Yeah, there you go.
She really is. I mean, she's way older than me. How old is she?
Michael Taylor, yes. Jizz Dragon. Definitely Michael Taylor. That's quite the username. I haven't seen you in chat for a while. I always remember that name. Josh, how much exposure do you have of the Mets?
0.
As far as main stacks, I will have the same.
Thoughts on paying up for pitching tonight in a GPP? I mean, there are like 10 more steps to that question.
Right. I mean, so vague.
Yeah.
Lucas, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I mean, I'll be doing that if we're talking about Clevenger or Rich Hill or, Fulte. I mean, you should always, in theory, be paying up for some sort of pitching on a 14-game slate. Somebody's got to look good at the top.
I mean, I'm sure I have a bunch of double punts. Like, I'm looking at my lineups right now. Then I have Lopez, Hutchison. Oh, God. I would never make these lineups. I shouldn't look at them before I put them in DK because I'm just like, man, I would never make that lineup as a single entry, but...
Tamar Green, Stanton on the home run radar? If Stanton's not on the home run radar, your radar's broke.
Yeah,
He is the radar, pal. Sorry.
Stanton breaks your model every single time. So I would assume he's on the home run model for you, on the radar.
I am the fucking game, pal. Sorry, I got caught up in my Johnny drama. That's Entourage. Did you watch Entourage?
No.
No?
Not a shot.
I don't know. Entourage I would have expected you to watch.
It's on Netflix, I think, right?
It's an HBO show.
Oh, I have HBO. I'll give it a view.
Entourage is fun. It's just a bunch of dudes. Very bro-y.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to give it a shot. Someone make a list of these.
Jake and I are gonna have a new show where we both review the other television shows and movies that we request each other to watch.
Makad's got a good question. Thoughts on playing fantasy sports tonight? I will be doing that.
I'm playing Makad. It's just a weird night. I don't have any, like... It just is what it is for me.
Me, Scott. I haven't seen Entourage.
All right, 640. I gotta make my move on the Giants now, so I'm gonna be hot swapping somebody out that I don't like. Cannot wait.
Has it ever happened where you put in your crunch and the lineup actually comes out like it's supposed to?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember a time that's happened for me. Oh, we didn't talk about Steve Pierce, by the way. I wasn't expecting him to be in the lineup this morning. Do you have Steve Pierce exposure?
Let me see.
Because I do.
3% on my last crunch.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit more than that. I've got a bunch of Red Sox 2-mans in my 5-2-1s. So a lot of them are Mookie, Pierce, Mookie, JD, Pierce type of thing. So,
to anybody that was curious, ownership projections were just updated.
Yes, I'm sure people would be curious about that.
Yeah. Gosh, how are my barbecuing skills? I'm more of a fake barbecue guy, so I did ribs since last night in the sous vide, 18 hours at 154 degrees. I'll finish those in the oven, basted with sauce. So I fake it all. Where I'm at. I know that's not that interesting to anyone, but yeah, I'm really pumped because I could smell ribs and barbecue sauce like floating through my house right now. And I desperately want to eat it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Is Cedric Mullins not in the lineup for the Orioles now? No, he is. Why didn't he get uploaded?
Gotta feed the addiction somehow.
No pants stream? That's every stream for me.
Are you really playing preseason jizz? That doesn't sound like something I'm gonna play, but different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Wait, do you know, there should be a comma after preseason. Jizz is Jizz Dragon.
Oh, no, yeah, I knew that.
Did you?
I did, yes.
Did you?
I promise you, I did.
I don't buy it.
I get some references and jokes. I'm a millennial though, so all I do is sit on my phone.
Well, so do I. Kyle Saldana, have you guys talked about the new merge with FanVice? Not a merger, just want to point that out. Being technical on the semantics there, but not a merger. Will the new people be coming on the streams? Yes.
Yes.
Get ready. Lots of video content is going to be coming to the Awesemo channel. Lots of new faces for everyone to get to know.
Yeah, and like I said yesterday, I'm pretty pumped just to learn from these guys. I know that they're super sharp and like Laffy and Adam. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to especially the baseball content, learning as much as I can before the end of the season. And then I'll watch your guys' NBA streams. I won't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure you guys will have a pretty sick NBA product.
And then you'll be talking about some sort of Russian dude that I don't know in hockey.
Everybody should know Kucherov and Ovechkin. So
the first name that you just said is not a name I've ever heard before in my entire life.
I think he's Russian. Kucherov, he's got to be Russian.
Kevin
I'm not
Zoe,
good
we
at
did not
placing
buy
games.
FanVice.
Yeah, you know more of the semantics, more of the details of that. So I'm going to stay out of it.
We did not purchase FanVice. I don't need to elaborate further, but just for a point of clarification. We are going to look awfully similar to the people that were at FanVice, however. Oh, man. Final crunch. Thanks a lot, Giants. When's the Tommy G beef starting? Hopefully never. I'd like to have no beef with anyone. It's just easier. I don't need to get into online arguments.
I think there needs to be more.
It's all love.
Alexson's. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think there needs to just be more positivity. I mean, I'd like there to be, but I mean, I get the trolling game. I think it's funny, but you know, whatever. There needs to be balance. It was an acquisition. Oh, Alex is saying so.
That's fair.
What else we got?
I don't know. What else do we have? I'm doing my final crunch right now for DK.
Chris Taylor or Yandy Diaz? Oh, wait. Aledmus Diaz? Aledmus from Toronto, yeah. Chris Taylor for me. That's not really that close. Zach Jameson, that was a question for yesterday. Should have asked him that. Team colors.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big one.
That's number one in his model.
Earl Fountain. Josh, I'm looking for the Josh and Fast Eddie Fear NBA show. Yeah, I'll be talking to Eddie in the next day or two. We'll start figuring out what NBA is going to look like.
Yeah.
NBA is going to be easy to cover. That's going to be a relatively long line, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we're going to have plenty of time to do it.
We will.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all these new sports to start.
Yeah, not that much time. It's like NBA is like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. NHL is like 4.5.
I cannot wait.
You gonna play some NHL?
Yeah.
You got to play the first couple weeks while there's no NBA.
I'll probably play.
Nothing going on.
So I'll play then, and then I'm going to try to play some hockey on nights that I don't live stream.
Okay.
I can't do both and stream at the same time. I won't.
I wouldn't even.
I won't be able to bounce back and forth. But if I'm just sitting here, like, I think I can manage both of them, no problem.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna dip my toe in the water. I'm gonna use all my Millie Maker money from the NFL to fund my NHL habit.
Yeah, I mean, I can loan you some of mine too, so that's fine.
When we ship the Millie first and second week of the year.
Can't even imagine. I mean, I have Millie tickets that I won, so I'm gonna have probably like 10 entries in that the week one, and I'll probably not cash any of them because I mean the only way to play that really is Josh is pretty dreamy. The only way to play that, I think, if you're going with 10 entries, is like go in on a core and hope your core hits and you find the right fillers.
Thanks, Jenna. I don't know if you could hear that. Jenna is in my house right now. So that is not just a stray person.
Well, I agree.
Fantastic. I got a sneaky suspicion I'm on my television downstairs, which is just great.
No way.
Love y'all.
What's up, Josh's family?
Yeah. I can hear people laughing. I just can only assume that it's this 10 seconds after I say it.
Yeah.
Who are the home run picks today? Jake is on Juan Soto. I am on Matt Olson. I think.
Yeah, you took Olson. Both lefties. Oh wait, we just answered that. If I win the Millie Maker, will I get another house? Yeah, I'll get another house. Definitely won't just renovate this one. I will buy a whole new house and have 2 houses.
If I win the Millie Maker, I'm going to acquire Osimo.com, and then it's going back to JoshEngelman.com. We're going full circle.
You hiring?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Some Okay, Chris Holmes. Well, I don't know what that means, man.
Some other person named Big Nandino, which I might certainly be Chris Holmes, since that's the second time I've seen it in the chat, is
Yep.
giving out plays.
Yeah. Congrats. I mean, if you want to go check out Big Nandino.
I've always been a big Nandino fan, so.
Yeah, my mattress came today. It was a process
There's a play on words there that I can go for, but I'm not going to.
The first guys, I did not buy a house with the money I won off of Minimax. By the way, there's any, yeah, I won like $4 or $5 grand that night. It was not, or maybe 35. I don't remember.
You millennials like those tiny houses. You could probably buy a tiny house with that stuff.
I probably could. Yeah. No. This house was in the works for a while, so gonna need some NHL money to, keep the lights on, keep the electricity on.
DK projections and crunch are done. Nothing interesting, I'm sure. There wasn't really a lot to move around on. Up to 10% Michaelis, 10% Wade Miley.
All right. I'm gonna do one last crunch. Let's see what I gotta knock down some ownership, some guys I see. I'm ending up with so much Mookie in my one-offs, which is fine, but
I don't think I have any. I've got 7% Mookie, so there we go.
Is Bellinger back on Fantasy Cruncher, or do they still have Puig on there? That's the one thing I was waiting for.
I think he's in. I don't know. I don't have him, so.
Okay. Man,
I didn't know.
Dodgers. Oh, there we go. Just updated.
I'm really aggravated about this Giants situation. The one day that I'm planting my flag on the late game hammer that's like no one else is on, and
right?
It's just like, we're gonna treat you like shit tonight.
Who's supposed to be in that lineup? Let's see if I have anyone coming up that's not supposed to be.
Yeah. So DraftKings in. Let me go over my final ranks. Giants 1. Indians 2, Nats 3, A's 4, Phillies 5. That's all DK specific. I'm most over the field on the Giants and the Rangers.
All right, let me do mine. I'm going to crunch here in just a second. All right, started the crunch now. Should take about a minute, and then I can tell you guys what the final is.
Alexander in the chat. Am I crazy for having 50% Mets? I can't stand Gio Gonzalez. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, you are crazy. But if the Mets pop off, I'm going to delete that portion from the video.
Yeah, I mean, you can have leverage stacks against Gio. I don't know that you need to go in 50%. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think it's that good of a spot, even if Gio doesn't do well.
I mean, you could have... They're only projected for 1% aggregate ownership. You can really get a lot of leverage on the field by going to like 5.
Or 10, but yeah. Yeah, I like Miley a little bit, Daniel. So I'm with you there. That's certainly a possibility. I mean, he could get over 80 pitches for sure. He could get 90 plus, I would think.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Jay Bruce is back. He's 2K. He's 2K on FanDuel.
He must be. I haven't noticed.
Yeah, if you're running 50% Mets stack with 2 lineups, you're okay.
I mean, I still think that's a problem, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't have the Mets. But if you're playing 150 lines, I don't mind having some Mets.
Do people ever get on you for saying lines, not lineups, by the way?
No, I'm right.
About that? You're right?
Yeah,
lineups?
I have lines. The team has a lineup.
On DK, it says lineup page.
I say lines to differentiate myself so that I don't say lineup and mean one or the other. Like, lineup already existed to baseball, so I need a different word so that I'm not confusing. No?
Okay. Interesting. I I just didn't know.
All
Some
right,
people get mad about
chat.
that.
Is it
I
lines or
certainly do
lineups?
not care. That's
What's
not
the
going to ruin
answer?
my day.
What is it to you? Would you call them lineups?
Lineups. Yeah.
Alexander,
What's chat saying?
no. You have 50% Mets. Your opinion doesn't count anymore.
Dang.
My lineups. I play 150 of them. I can't say 150 lineups. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm always of the lineups variety, but Vargas is so bad. Great comment. Is it
Apparently,
Bo?
I'm getting.
Bo
I'm
Jones?
losing this poll pretty dramatically.
It's all right. You can't win them all.
You try
Yeah.
though.
See, no one's gonna get mad. It's not gonna ruin anyone's day. It's not gonna ruin my day.
It's
So.
ruining mine that everybody else is wrong.
Well, at least you're keeping an open mind, Josh.
Yeah, that's me, Mr. Open Mind. I tend to be incredibly open-minded.
How is Keller at holding runners? I don't have a big enough sample. You just have to look at like Baseball Reference and see how many he's given up in his starts. That's what I do. If I don't have a big enough sample on guys to show up on the sheet I look at.
Oh, mother effing Giants.
Are you going to share your lines? Jizz Dragon had a different type of line he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I've
Was
never had one of those before, but I would.
Bo Jones likes. It's got to be Bo, right? I like that.
Yeah.
Spelled like
It's
that.
Bo.
Yeah.
How much of a hassle or change is it to start using sous vide over traditional cooking methods? It couldn't be easier. It's like using a crock pot, but better. If you know how to put something into a bag and then put that bag in a bucket of water, that's really all you need to know.
Dude, I thought they were going to put out another mini max today.
Did they not?
They did not. It filled pretty early. I thought we might get another one. I just wanted more volume. I feel good about tonight, and I didn't want to max like the $9.
I maxed the 4 on FanDuel tonight.
Nice.
Stepping it up again. Feels like it's the time. When Joe Panic goes yard, man, you're going to hear me scream.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so new to MME for MLB that I wish there was like a $5 tournament, $5 or $6. I'm definitely going to do it before the end of the season.
Yeah.
We'll see.
For NFL DFS, I'll answer this. For NFL DFS, if making 150 lineups, what would be your max exposure to one player? Depends on the position. So it's going to be a lot less at quarterback, tight end, and defense than it would be for me at running back or wideout.
Yeah, so like at running back, would you ever like consider lock buttoning a guy if he's 4K? And like I think it was Gio Bernard last year, if I remember correctly, he was like 4K.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, just clearly in line for 20, 25 touches or something. And
like ignoring like weird one-off scenarios, running back and wideout, I'd probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 45% as a cap.
45. Okay, so that's higher than MLB, right?
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
My player caps, anything 8 games and less would be somewhere above 40%. 9 games or more is 35 or lower.
Got it.
You could basically add like 5% per extra game.
Yeah.
Is where I'm sort of at. I'm not one for having one guy a lot. NBA is the only spot where I'm very different. You can have a guy in the NBA in 90% of your lines, and I think that's fine. Depending on
90% of your lineups.
Yeah. Like, there are times where 2 injuries happened, and you know that a bench guy at 3,500 is going to play 35 minutes. It's just he becomes a guy that cannot hurt you.
Outside of like an injury or something.
Even that won't even torpedo you, because at 3,500 you're only looking for him to get to 15 to hit a value. So like, I mean, he can basically just drop trout, take a dump on the court, and walk out, and like you can still be in the top 10 of a GPP.
Excited for the return of college football DFS?
No. That would
Yeah,
require me to watch college football.
yeah, me too. I'm gonna try to play and see if it'll pique my interest. But I mean, I'm not super pumped about it like some people.
I'm gonna
Which
poke around
there's
to
an
see how much data is out there right now, but I don't.
it's beat writer stuff. That's the edge, is what I hear.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Unless someone tell me if I'm wrong, I'm not gonna act like I know. But I just know that's what people were talking about. Following beat writers, there's just information available that's not in one place for people, so they don't go out of their way to find it.
Yeah, I just I can't. I'm not one for digging into stuff like that. I'm more of I want to have my process streamlined so that I don't have to pay attention.
Yeah,
that's why I love baseball so much.
Yeah, Will Griffey lines is a hockey thing. Yeah, that would really confuse me. Like if we did hockey shows together, and you started saying lines, I would be pretty confused pretty quick.
Right. So if I were referencing hockey, I would call them my lineups.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Well, then aren't they just your lineups?
No, because in baseball, you call a team's lineup a lineup. So I don't want to be confusing using a word for two separate things.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just making up everything I'm saying. I've never thought about it before right now, and I'm taking a stance completely at random. I don't care one bit.
Goodness. Tom's giving away the goods in the Slack. My God.
In the Slack?
Yeah. Look at 4 minutes ago.
What did he give away?
I mean, nothing crazy, but just you can look at it yourself.
Top stacks for Tom on DK. Second one on that list looks pretty damn. Whoa, wait, the first one is really
That's what I'm
crazy
saying.
to me, but the second one I agree with.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom's going against that Geo ownership.
Dude, that makes me nervous.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Let's just say it was a stack that someone liked that we just kind of wrote off very recently.
With some aggression.
Yeah. He does play different tournaments, though. I mean, Tom.
Yeah.
And so ownership is probably more concentrated in many of the tournaments that he's in because it's higher stakes. So, yeah.
I don't like that one at all. So I'm not in any position to tell him he's wrong. I'm not cheering for him.
Jake, what? Michael L. I don't know what you mean.
I'm doctor.
You're a doctor. Nice.
Brandon Parker is absolutely right.
Yeah. If that doesn't give it away, then sorry, DFS isn't for you. Thanks, Michael L. You as well.
Thank you, Michael.
Right, exactly. James Soldier. Exactly. So.
Well, I got my lines in. So thanks a lot, Giants, for being big-time boners. I don't care if they're in a different order. I just want it to be these 8 guys. If it's not going to be these 8 guys, I hope the only change is Duggar or Austin Slater, 2 guys that I don't really have.
Yeah, we're both fired for giving away secrets. I don't know that's a secret. You wouldn't have put it in a Slack chat. It's not our Slack chat.
Well, it is, kind of. It is now.
Right, but it's interesting.
Jizz Dragon. Never seen you wear a hat, Josh.
What?
He's being sarcastic.
Oh.
Jizz Dragon's been around since the days where I did have not a hat on a lot, though.
Okay. Do I
Normally
need to start?
My hair was styled when I went to work.
Luis, I mean, I don't want to say something where I can't back up, but I think we should have that ready for you guys soon.
Yeah, I would guess that'll be coming in the next couple days at the minimum.
So just hold tight. If you're a premium member, the Slack is coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Eddie mention anything yet, so.
I'm sure they're just working out the logistics
Yeah, we've had such an overwhelming amount of crap, and just getting people's accounts transferred over has been a bit of a hiccup. So
Yeah, I'm sure. Who said Posey's out of the lineup?
it's just, hey Josh, I have a feeling.
Oh, I didn't read the first couple.
You know, not great. I remember that old ass headset thing that you recorded on. Yeah, before I bought my microphone, I just had like an old, like regular old headset. I didn't want to invest too much out of the gate, but it grew pretty quick, so I was like, fuck it, I need new shit.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucking Giants. Are you ready for some football? I guess. I should autograph it and sell it. Oddly enough, Jizz Dragon, I don't have it anymore. It broke like 2 days after I bought my microphone. I rolled over it with my chair. So it was gone. I needed the microphone to get here. Actually, you know what? I think it broke even before the microphone got here. I think I did one show with like a shitty microphone until I got the Yeti.
Dude, I just entered in 11 into that $9 just because that's overlaying a little bit, or there's less rake in it.
That's a mistake.
Oh, I know.
Every time that I try to like catch that sort of stuff, it's the day that I take a bath and DFS.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was looking to get more volume in anyways. So
best of luck.
What?
Best of luck.
Oh, thanks. No, I mean it's 10 entries. I think it was 10 or 11. I don't know.
Every time I'm like, today's going to be the day. Oh, it looks like I should get in this tournament. I jam those entries in, double the amount of money I put in, and all of a sudden I look back and it's like, I lost 75% of my entry fees today. Great.
No, I mean it's just $100.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect to lose it or not get most of it back, but most nights you kind of expect that, right?
Yeah.
So over the long haul, you should be returning.
Alrighty, I think we're done here. Off to the weekend we go.
What a week. You guys don't have to deal with this combo half as much next week.
So there's the Giants lineup. McCutcheon, Panic, Posey, Belt, Longoria, Crawford, Slater, Duggar. Boom!
Oh, it's all the same. Damn it. That's too bad.
Come on, man. You want me to have to
I just wanted there to be
guys I'm way overexposed on? That's mean, man.
Well, it's not like there aren't a million games on the slate you could have made swaps.
Yeah, but I try not to, I try to keep it as a stack.
True. Would have been good comedic timing right at 7:06.
We're good. Done and dusted. We'll have our normal run of content out over the weekend. Get excited Sunday, folks. I might have a co-host for my Sunday stream this Sunday, so tune in to find out who that may be. I promise.
I don't even know who this is.
It's not
Jake.
Jake.
It's not me. I'm off Sundays.
It's also not Chris.
I'll play, and I'll definitely watch.
So
I'm never excited.
As of right now, I'm fairly confident that this person will be joining me on Sunday. We are talking tomorrow to find out.
Nice. Yeah, it's Jizz Dragon. How'd you know?
Yep. It's gonna be just shooting. I'm not gonna say it. Best of luck, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Big T. Yeah, it's Big T.
Find us at the top of the mini max. We out.